Hi Mixel, welcome to the chat. Yes, Robocod, or the land-based version of Robocod. So I just wanted to do some work on this, and I figured, why not put it on stream? So this is the very latest Scorpion engine with some new scaling feature that I'm going to be putting to use because my new project, which is a port of a really good PC game called Robocop 2D. The resolution was just the original resolution was quite a bit higher than what we can realistically handle on the Amiga. At least if we're not going into high res mode, interlace modes, all that. And more than that, the tiles in the original game were 20 by 20, so it made sense to scale everything down by 80%. To 16 by 16, but the problem is that the source art is just going to take too long to manually scale everything. So I built into Scorpion Engine. I built in a new scaling function. So let's have a look. I just need to double check how many. Okay, so this animation is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 9 rows. Sorry, 9 columns, only 1 row. Yeah, I mean every now and then I add something to Scorpion Engine that nobody was really asked for. It's just something that I want for myself. But I'm sure people will find this handy. On top of that, at some stage I might add some sort of like a tweened scale, like from something really big to something really small. If you want to have sort of like a pseudo 3D effect, where say you've got a tree coming towards the screen. But anyway, we're going to set the scale to 0.8, so that's a scale from 20 pixels down to 16 pixels. It's going to override the animation that I've already done. And so that's what it looks like now. So I've used a... Oh. Now that's weird. I don't know why... Oh! Actually, I do know why the frames are 0. It's because I was trying to make it so that it didn't... it did not... So that I could make it pause at a particular frame. Didn't quite work out. But in any case, I need to... what did I... Oh. Minus 16 by 64. I'll try minus... Actually, what is... If I go 46 and then times it by 0.8... Ah, shit. 6 times 0.8, what does it come to? 36, 37. Yeah, okay, so I'll make it... I'll scale it to... 16 by 36. And for the scaling algorithm, it's based on a system called Sprite, or an algorithm called Sprite, which was mainly designed for rotating pixel sprites, and keeping the same palette without doing any color blends or anything like that, but it happens to work well for downscaling pixel art, and that's all I really wanted to do was downscale the source image. Okay, now I think I've scaled all of the art in the game to how I wanted it. Now I'm going to need to do some fixes to the torso positioning. Let's have a look. So, what have we got? It's CPU parent lock. Said 46. So let's scale the amount of right. So yes, let's try setting this to 36. I'll make sure that I don't know if I've actually got. No, so scale down the level. I'll have to put my actors back in, so I don't know what the right positions for them are. But if I get it wrong, then I'll just run it again. Yeah. So I did notice Sprite uses Sprite. What I couldn't work out, and maybe they just didn't implement it, is I actually looked in the source code for Sprite, and it didn't seem to fully implement Sprite, so far as I could tell. So Sprite does two things in general. One is it uses a scale, uh, the scale 2x algorithm to make it really big and then scale it back down again. So Sprite does that, but Sprite also does this thing where it checks the um, uh, checks the pixel. But basically, it does some checks to see if there are any single pixel details that have been lost, and tries to restore them. So far as I can tell, Sprite doesn't do that, because I couldn't find any code I could copy from, and I couldn't quite work out from the guy that made Sprite I couldn't quite work out from his explanation how to implement what he had done or what they had done. So I sort of did my own thing for cleaning up, or trying to restore individual pixel details. Now I made a mistake there. That needs to be negative. This I need to set the delay on all of these to 3. The cruiser, for some reason I had that bobbing up and down. I will probably need to adjust the position of that. Okay, well, let's run it again. Okay, that's not looking too bad. And yeah, again, all of this art is scaled down by algorithm to 80%. I'm certainly not too unhappy with the results. I'm going to move that cruiser down by one tile, and I'll need to check that. Yeah, let's move that down to there, and get rid of the top cruiser. Better make sure that absolutely all of this should be only Sprite. Okay, for some reason that isn't. Okay, because yeah, the sort order seemed to be a bit wrong, but actually, maybe I should kind of fix the cruiser. Yep, so that should be basically at the bottom no matter what. So I'm going to give that a massive Z order. Okay, so that almost looks okay, but the cruiser could be down a little bit lower because it basically looks like they're overlapping the same area. So I'm going to move the cruiser down a bit more. Let's yeah, I'm going to line it like that. One other thing I want to do with Rot Sprite is actually want to implement sprite rotation. One thing that was really handy in Click and Play is that you could basically, like if you had a racing game, you could generate all of your car's directions with one button click. But the rotation results weren't really that good, so using Rot Sprite and Scorpion should allow me to have sort of a nicer looking um, a nicer looking rotation than Click and Play did. I'm going to move the. Yeah, I know I'm sort of being a bit pedantic. Yeah, I'm going to move it down a bit more. Where did I have it before? So I had 21. I do have to make a lot of cutbacks with this version of the game, but one thing I want to try to keep is using wide 64 pixel wide sprites to do foreground elements. Not everywhere, not as often, or not as much as what the original game had, but just give it a little bit of parallax. And you notice that the cruiser moves back and forth faster than the screen because it's closer to the screen. Okay, so far that's looking all right. I'm going to look at an original screenshot of the game to work out where exactly Robocop's feet is meant to be. We'll look at my screenshots. Okay, so Robocop is meant to be a fair bit further down, it seems. Be interested to hear if anyone compares the rotation that Scorpion does versus the rotation that versus rotation that the scale that A Sprite does. How's that? Okay, so it's meant to be a whole tile down. It's meant to be 16. This feed is meant to be 16 pixels down from the that top one. Okay, so Right, and that's about half. Okay. All right, so I will move that 23, I guess. Let's try that. I might need to move the cruiser down a bit further. I know I'm being a bit pedantic there, especially since this is a rough original prototype. Um, uh, yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. I might just move the cruiser down so it's basically aligned with the bottom of the screen. There. And then there's a whole bunch of things I could do. I could look at adding crouch. I could look at adding shooting. I think crouch is probably quite an important thing to have for the Robocop experience. Yeah, I mean that cruiser could probably be moved down a bit further, but I won't worry about it for now. No, that's looking pretty good to me. Okay, crouch is where it's going to get fun. Especially when I've got crouching and shooting, because you're supposed to be able to shoot up while you're crouching. So let's go into our source folder for Robocop's got legs. Okay, so we've got a leg nil. It's just that single image. Makes it nice and easy. Unfortunately, the original game, like none of the art assets are compressed or encrypted, so it just makes it nice and easy for grabbing all the original assets and making whatever tweaks I need to. So let's edit this leg now. So that's just a one frame. It also happens that the Robocop sprites in the original game are 16 colors, so it's quite a nice gradient of grey. Oh, why didn't I just do that? Okay, so that's that. Okay, and I'll use a animation import, so that way I can scale it at the same time. So that's just a 1 by 1. Swapping Robocop, and you're supposed to make a new folder every time you do a sprite sheet import. So I'm going to have a folder that just has one image in it. And yep, I want to resize that to 80%. Let's make an animation. So under sprites, Robocop, Neil, A, Neil, R. Right. And we want to make this only sprite, and we want to auto flip that. Actually, I'm going to put prevent move as well, because it's supposed to prevent the movement. And yeah, I'm not sure if I should have that down 1 pixel. Okay, so now, so what, we've got our torso code. So probably want it on the leg. Yeah, I don't have a handler for our legs, so I probably should do that now. So I'm gonna go code handle legs. and that is just going to run every single frame. Handle legs, and I'm just going to go, well, if controls, no, if base, if oh, actually, I need to do one more tweak here, as I need to set that to 1 frame. So I don't want to play that as long as we're holding it down. So let's go condition if control 1Y, so that's our joystick y-axis. If it's greater than 0, then we're pressing down. So if control 1Y is greater than 0, then because we want to do another condition, which is look mask left. This is something that I need to put some sort of tutorial or wizard into Scorpion, so it takes care of it automatically, but this way we can check that if we're looking left, right? So I'm going to go if look mask left bit test player look there, and let's add a let's add an else in there, that. So if it's looking left, then we want to set the player animation to our kneel left. Otherwise, our player animation kneel right. Let me just check. Yeah, I think that's going to work. It's going to look a bit weird because the body is going to be floating above the legs, but I want to check that the legs are working to begin with. Yep. Well, short answer is it's working, but I think it's moving a little bit far, maybe just a few pixels too far to the right. So I should look up, if I go edit frame image. Okay, so that's 43. So what if I divide that by 2? It'd be about 22, 21.5. Okay. Well, so it's already at 21. Yeah, of course, because it's actually this middle bit that is the bit that really matters. So I have to try to get it about in the middle of that. Don't know that that's right exactly. Although what I should be able to do to tell is let's add a new variable here. I'm going to call it is kneeling. Hello, K1200 RS to Laurent. Welcome to the stream. I'm just doing some work on Robocop 2D, which is it's not Robocop Arcade. It's based on an old Windows 98 game. No, I'll probably safer to say was an old Windows XP game. But yeah, I'm adapting it to AGA Amiga. Anyway, so let's do a set variable. So I'm going to go is kneeling is false. Otherwise, the set is kneeling is true. Actually, no, I'm going to change this. I'm going to call this torso height. This will make more sense. So if I set torso height to, what's the regular height? The regular height is -36. But if it's kneeling, the torso height is going to be what? 25 apparently, or negative 25. And then in our handle torso, we just need to say set variable actor var 4, I think. Double check. Var 5. Okay, so var 5 in this context, var 5 is the height of the object above the parent. So I'm just going to set that to torso height. Why didn't that work? Because torso height is just one word. Okay, well, let's see if this see how it looks if we duck. K1200 RS2 Lawrence is amazing what Scorpion Engine can do to compared to the beginning. Yeah, thank you very much. It's yeah, I mean it's constantly under development. I'm always aiming to add new features, make it run faster. Oh, okay, so I can see that there is a couple of glitches. One is I can make the body vibrate like that. But I think also the position of the legs is just slightly out still. So let's have a look. So we have a real close. Okay, so I need to fix the torso height should be negative 24. And the torso should be 1 pixel to the right. Mixels Lab says the palette I feel bad for not rushing to make a mouse game after. Oh, okay, all right. I feel bad for not rushing to make a mouse game after nagging you about it for so long. I mean that's all right. No. Yeah, you got you have lots of other things on. But yeah, I mean, actually, on the topic of mouse games, I'll just put this project aside for a second. Uh, maybe not all of, maybe not everyone watching the stream has seen this before, but this was a project done by, well, it started by Dante Mendes, who was the guy that's made Green Beret on Scorpion Engine. He did this sort of as a prototype, and then I dusted it off and added a few more features. But basically, it's a sort of a proof of concept that we can do a game that uses both the keyboard and the mouse. So something a little bit like Walker. But this game, the art comes from a really good Super Nintendo game called Wild Guns, which is sort of it's sort of I was going to say Contra, but it's not Contra. It's Cable, Cabal. But it sort of had a Western sci-fi theme. You could jump around. There were 2 different players, so there was this cowboy guy, and then there was the female character as well. And yeah, so this is just possible recently because we added just added mouse support to Scorpion. So yeah, I'm hoping that some really cool mouse games will come out of it sooner or later. Anyway, I'll go back to Robocop. So I think I did adjust the code, but that torso, which way do I need to move it? I need to move it 1 pixel to the right. and then hopefully it's going to look okay on both sides. Let's have a quick look at that. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. I think there is maybe a frame delay. In fact, I'm pretty certain there is. Or maybe not. I don't know. I guess it's something I can come back to, but I think there's a delay of like a frame between, like the body takes a frame to follow. I don't know. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. It feels pretty good. Um, just obviously we can't really have a Robocop game unless we're shooting, so that might be a bit of a little bit tricky to work out. Um, some Let's have a look. So we've got oh no, it won't be in Robocop. Maybe in system. I think those are the enemy bullets. Well, we've got this fire gun. Yeah, okay, so I think we have this fire animation. I'm guessing it's maybe uh it's maybe like 3 frames where it does a small flash, the big flash, then the small flash and disappears again. Maybe? I'm not totally sure, but we will. Oops. Um, I'll see if I can use that. To create the gun flash. I'll have to do the bullets separately, I guess. By the way, the original Robocop 2D games are really good. It's not just so there was one game that's like the first one was basically an enhanced remake of the Amstrad version, but obviously much higher graphical quality, a few actual FMV scenes from the movie. Then they did a couple of others. The second one was really good as well. It was based on it's Robocop versus the Terminator, so you have scenes where you go back and forth in time, fighting Terminators, fighting Skynet, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. Okay, so how many? What is our grid layout? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've got seven columns, 2 rows. Oops, I was supposed to do the import. I said 7, right? 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. So seven columns, 2 rows. Let's save that under Sprites, Robocop, and what was it? Fire gun. So fire gun And yep, I do wish to resize the output to 80%. So let's make a animation, and I'll call it A Fire R. Yeah, 5. Let's change them all to just 1 frame. That might be too fast. Yeah, I think maybe that's more natural, but we can adjust it as we go. Now, I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'll set it up as my projectile. Actually, I'll need to make an actor for it. I'm going to call it fire. Right. Let's get rid of the tile ID because we don't want it on our tile map. And then fire right. Make it CPU parent lock because I do want to lock it to Robocop. So if Robocop's moving, I want the Flash to walk with Robocop, not get left behind him. But I want to get the alignment just. I'm going to work out the alignment. So I'm going to use this show projectile, and I'm just going to. Actually, if I could maybe cheat a bit, I put the projectile 0. Okay, so 0, 0. If I move that to there, so 44 by negative 11. If I move that to 44 by... Oh, no, that is not gonna... No, I should have had this at 0, 0 to begin with. Okay, so I got that at... Oh. Oh, because... Yeah, alright. So I'm going to need to do that for that first frame. So let's put this at 0 and 0 and 0. And then 31 by negative 24. So what if I set that to 31 by negative 20? 31 by negative 24. So if I put that to there, okay, so that's at 0, 0. I'll need to set all of those to be aligned to the same. Let's make it that when our animation is finished, we want to destroy it. Let's remove that. Oh, and I'm gonna make a copy of that. No, we've got just auto flip that, and I'm gonna make it so that a fire out I might rename that actor to just gun flash. So we should be able to set it for all the directions, hopefully. So I just need to make it that oh. this going to be a problem? Yeah, I was just thinking because this is actually technically a CPU actor, so it doesn't really handle shooting in the same way. But oh, actually, if I do gun flash, yep, okay, so that looks good in both directions. That's exactly as I want it. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a additional if actor fire actor attack delay is greater than 0. A set variable actor attack delay actor attack delay -1 else to a condition if control 1 fire. Oh, okay, it's just one word. If it's not 0, then I'm going to make a constant here. Call that shoot delay and 5 frames. I'll set it to 5 frames and I can tweak it. But we want to go set variable to actor attack delay. Shoot delay. And then I just want to, let's go space, no, actor, we want to spawn, we're going to spawn our fire gun flash. Oh, why am I, no, I should put that all in the wrong place. So let's delete that and paste it in there. It's supposed to be in the torso because it's the torso that will be handling the shooting. And let's add the shoot delay. It's getting a little bit complicated. I haven't really done a game myself where there's a separate top and body half, so this is a bit experimental. And of course, there's all sorts of features that are put in there specifically for handling games where there's a separate torso from the legs. Set spawn gun flash. Okay, well, maybe that will be alright. I guess we'll see. Okay, let's see what happens. Whoa, that was not expected. So it's okay going this way, not so okay going the other way. I think I know why. It's just, after it spawns it, it's not immediately set to the right direction. Also, I think It might look better if it's single frames instead of 2 frames. Generally, that worked pretty well. We want to change all to 1. Yeah, generally it worked pretty well. I want to do some sort of I will want to set the direction based on which way we're looking. And how am I going to do that? I can't even remember how I had it. So okay. So this is how we set the Okay, so I'm gonna let's set some fire direction constants. I'm gonna go fire FD left. FD up left. FD up. Technically, Robocop's supposed to be able to shoot down as well. I'm not sure if I'll bother in this port. I guess we'll see. But for the meantime, I'm just going to do the up and the left and right. Right, and I'm going to give my constants all values from 1 to 5. Or 1 to 4, that should be. And then variable, which is going to be fire direction. So, okay. So if we're facing up and we need base, we need to set the variable to need to set fire direction to FD up. Otherwise, if it's this way, then it's FD up left. Just make a comment there. If we're holding up, if it's this way, then it's FD up right. Otherwise, if we're not if we are not facing up or aiming up, then we want to do another condition. So just go if if look mask left. Mixel's Lab says I have to go do school things. Good luck with Robocop. Nice to see you on the stream again. Thanks, Mixel, and thanks for coming by. Hope to see you again soon. We may be doing an Elasticity stream soon, which might be quite fun. But anyway, I will catch you later. K1200, K1200 RS2 Lawrence says there is a small bug, time to turn around. Yeah, I guess there's going to be a few bugs with the system. I'll just work through them one at a time. Bitbeam Cannon says, I got here just a second too late. I'm not going anywhere myself. It was Mixel that has to leave, but I'll be streaming for, I guess until I'm about to pass out. But anyway, so if look mask left bit test player look der, and I'm going to comment we are looking to the left. Then I'm going to set my fire direction to FD left. Else set the fire direction to FD right. And then when we do the spawn, we can do some conditionals. So we can say if our fire direction. Ah, that's only one word. Fire direction equals if the left, then let's go new, and we want to set our look direction to look left. Else we want to set our look direction to look right. Okay, so let's run it. Let's see what it looks like, just with the left and right shooting. Yep, that's working. And yep, so if I start shooting from standing pose, it will bring the muzzle down when I duck. So that's that. Well, yeah. So the good thing is the left and right shooting is working just fine, and it walks with me. It doesn't it doesn't sort of drift as I go back and forward. But obviously, it doesn't make sense for I need to get it working for the diagonals next. So let's make another animation. Fire gun, and I'm going to call A fire up right. And I guess it's going to be that, then that, then that. And I'm going to need to set the alignment. So let's do our fire up right and our fire up left. Oh, I didn't flip that. So let's go auto flip. So that means we automatically get the left side animation as well. So if we go to here, huh? Yeah. I'll need to set the body up left. Okay, so let's have a look. So that says projectile 0, 0. If I move that up to, yeah, I think that looks about right. I can always tweak it later if it doesn't quite work. So that gives me -41 by -48. Oh, in fact, it should be. Why did I do it that way? I should have done it with a body upright. 41 by -48. So if I add, if I no, I screwed that up again. I'm supposed to have this set at 0, 0 to begin with, so I can get the correct alignment from the other one. Okay, so let's. Okay, so the correct alignment should be 28 by -60. So I have to move that over a fair bit. And then up by, yeah, 28 by -60. Okay, so that's good. So if I. Where did it go? Way up there. So if I put that. Oh. No, I think that should be up or down. 61. Yeah, okay, so that looks about right with the projectile at 0, 0, and oh, why is that not? Why is that so far out? Oh, because yep, okay, so projectile is at 0, 0. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. I just need to set these other ones to what was it? Negative 61 by 28. So that's 28 negative 61 pure. Oh, let's change the delay on that. It should be just a 1. Okay, so if I go back to my code and then let's add a else if. Else if fire direction equals fd right, and let's add another else if, and that will be fire direction equals fd, what did I say, fd up right. Fire direction equals up right, and then let's add another one. If it's the up left, look up left, and I'll just see if this is going to work. Oh, that looks a bit weird, and I think I know why that is. It's because the parent lock. Yeah, the problem is the parent lock is supposed to replicate the direction of. So because Robocop's facing right, it only shows it in that upright direction for a frame, and then it goes to the regular direction. So that's a bit annoying. Just trying to think if I've got any. I haven't really got any easy workarounds in here. I could change the, instead of parent lock, I could change it to a different one. Just CPU. Which means it's not going to instantly travel with it, but that might be okay. We'll just see what it looks like. If I don't have, oops, I wasn't supposed to be able to shoot then. Oh. Okay, so that was not intended. But, pretty interesting. I made WinUAE crash by spawning a whole bunch of those things. I don't really have a check to see, to prevent too many things from being spawned. The fix for that is pretty simple. I just need to go destroy actor. And let's try that again. Yeah, so you can see the problem is when it's moving, like it doesn't, the flash doesn't travel with um, the gun, which is fixable, or at least we can make it a little better. It's a bit of a hack, um, but all we really need to do is I need to go torso X and torso Y as our new variables. And let's just go, so X will be the actor X, and torso Y equals the actor Y. Make a new code block for torso attached. And all I need to do here is just a one line. I just need to go actor set position to torso X and torso Y. Nice and easy. And then we just need to do that on every frame. Where are we? Torso attached. Hey. Oh, sorry about that. Just got stuck for a sec. Okay. Yeah, that's that is a little, yeah. It's still a frame behind. I might change the Z order around so that the, yeah. So if that renders later, then the logic for that should render later, so that it should be on the proper um, proper alignment when it renders. Hopefully, we'll see what it looks like. Oops. All right, there we go. No, still not perfect. Should I have done it? Should I have made that negative? No, 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 no. What if I make it negative? No, 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 no. Do it in the other direction. No, I think that's actually might have made it a bit worse. Oh. You know what? This is a bit of a cheat, but I'm gonna make it so that it's the legs that update the torso. I think that might be where it's falling over, because the torso attaches to the legs, so the legs probably should set that variable. So we go torso X to player X. In fact, I don't even really need to use a torso X. I can just go on my torso attached. I'm just going to set the player player underscore X. Okay. Alright. Don't know if this will be any better, but I'll give it a go. I think I might just keep moving on if it's not. No, I thought that would be. What have I got as the walk speed for Robocop? Because I can cheat a bit by adding the. I got two. Okay, so I've got left and right as two. So I can add. If I go player one control or control 1x times 2 plus player x, then that will add the player's movement as part of the calculation of where it aligns it. So that might make it a bit more accurate. But I don't want to spend too much time on that, especially since this is just early prototype. Bitbeam Cannon says, can't you just make the muzzle flash child of the Robocop top actor? I can't because the movement type overrides the sorry the the top the torso's looking direction or regular looking direction is overrides the. Actually, no. Having said that, just because I'm using those animations doesn't mean I can't also I can set the torso. Yeah, maybe if I set the torso's direction manually, then I won't even need that. So let's get rid of that. And so I just need to make sure that when I do handle, because I need to play set direct fire direction, also need to actor direction to look up left. Look up right. In fact, what if I just get rid of all that and then actor direction? Hopefully this works. Otherwise, I've just thrown out a bunch of work. Oops. To there, look there. Ah, no. Okay, it's not going to let me do it that way. So I need to do the workaround. Let's see. New look there to actor look there. Okay, let's try that. Oh, I don't think I Oh, okay. I've broken a few things. It looks like broken quite a few things. The hell. Oh, let's get rid of that. Player torso. Let's put that back to CPU parent lock. Was that confusing it? left. That was really weird. That broke a bunch of things. It didn't. Active R5 to torso height. Have I still got? Oh, no, I must have accidentally removed it from there when I was meant to remove. Okay, alright. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, yeah, so that was the problem that I was having before, is that because the child automatically aligns to the direction of the parent. Now, what I don't understand is if we're setting the direction of the parent here. I mean, maybe I should. Yeah, probably should make that render. If I do that afterwards, put that to the end of the queue, maybe that will fix it. No. Okay, well, that didn't fix it. And I can't change the animation in the middle of the thing. It's don't understand. So I'm setting the player's look direction to look up right, look left. No, okay. I might have to go back to how I was doing it before. Don't understand why it's not. What if each angle of the muzzle flash was a separate actor, so it can never be set to the angle we don't want? Well, the thing is that it does need to stick to. So if I have my gun pointing up and then I shoot and then I move my gun down, actually, no, it shouldn't actually follow it. Um, yeah, actually, maybe that should be the way to maybe that is the way to handle it. So if I name that gun flash R, and I'll make this all R. Yeah, I think at the moment I've got it so that you can't have two muzzle flashes at the same time. Just make sure that. Okay, so fire direct. Okay, so I don't need that anymore. I don't need this anymore. I'll just set the. Oh, actually, get rid of that as well. To if the upright, up left. Actually, I can get rid of all these as well, because then I can just go. If I go play actor, and then I can go spawn actor, and then I can use my variable fire direction. So all I need to do is base set variable fire direction, and then I'll use my actually I'll need to. Oops, need to make my copies of that. Up, right. But Mechanic says, but if they're separate actors, you could have one of each kind angle, right? Yes. Yeah, I think that actually is probably the best solution. It's taking a little bit of time to go through it to make sure that no matter what direction the player is facing, the muzzle is the correct way. So gun flash UL. Let's make sure these are not in the tile set. Okay, it's getting through it. And then I only have one more to go, which is our gun flash L. And then can set these all to fire left. Fire left, fire right. Okay. And then I just need to, okay, so that must be gun flash up left, flash up right. Let's add our else back. Oh, actually, I'm going to make it an else if and then I'll go look mask left. So this is our check to see if we're looking any left direction. Look mask left, player look there. Then we want to set our fire direction to just left. Otherwise, actually, if I just change that to an else, that adds in condition automatically. Gun flash R. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Yep, that's looking good. That was the solution. I just need to do the up direction, which shouldn't take too long. So let's add, if I go to our player torso, and then I should have this a body up. And let's make a new animation under sprites, Robocop, fire gun. I'm actually thinking about making this project completely open source so that anyone can just sort of check out the source code and have a tweak with it. I probably should ask the original Robocop 2D team if they're comfortable with that, but I suspect they'll probably be fine with it. So the original Robocop 2D was made by Park Productions, who they've got quite a long history of making decent quality freeware, shareware games. And in fact, they actually made some Robocop games for the Amiga some fan ones. But they're really high quality Robocop 2D game that was Blitz Basic for PC. Right, gun flash. This project could give me all sorts of opportunities for like maybe I could use the original MP3 music in the game if if you're playing it on a CD32 and you've got you play it on the CD music tracks. I could look at maybe adding the FMV cutscenes onto the CD32 version as well. Okay, so let's have a look. So if I've got, so that's at 00. Okay, so let's oh, it sort of looks a little bit weird from that position. Oh well. So negative 4 by 65. Let's 65. So if I grab that and put it down. Yep. Okay. So that was the correct offset. So I just need to do the same. Uh, for Bitbeam Mechanic says you added CD music already. I missed that. I haven't, but this would if I add CD music to this project, then this will be sort of like a test bed for CD music and Scorpion. I have done CD music before in a different project. So I did a game called The Kiwi's Tale, which was a port of there's a fan made sequel to the New Zealand story, which I worked on for a competition for retro remakes on PC. I then ported that to Amiga later, and we were able to use the original MP3 music by converting them to CD tracks. That was actually pretty problematic. I wasted a whole bunch of CDs trying to work out the bugs with playing back the music. But since I've had that experience, shouldn't be too hard to eventually add that to Scorpion. Let's change that. I just had that as a delay of 1. Okay, so that doesn't need to be set there anymore, and just need to um, okay, so I mean, um, yeah, I just need to add. I think I just need to add that there. That should be the only thing I need to add. Let's give that a go. Sick. Oh, okay. I forgot to do one thing, which was it's supposed to destroy the actor after it's done. Let's give that another go. Okay, let's yeah. Yeah, okay, so that's looking pretty good. There's a couple of bugs I want to fix. So one is wobbles like that um, when we're ducking. If we try to move when we're ducking. So I think I'm going to rework. I'm going to rework this a bit. So 436. I'm going to change this instead of torso. I'm just going to call this ducking, and I'm going to say is ducking is true. Else is ducking is false. And let's make a condition there. So is ducking is or not 0 will do. Else okay, so our actor of our 5 variable sets the height to crap. Why do we have it as before? Okay, so I think it was -24 if we're ducking and then -36 if we're not. I probably should set that in a constant, but let's just see if that works. Okay. Yep. Okay, so that's fixed the bug that I had where oh, that was weird. Was shaking for yeah. I mean, sometimes it shakes. I don't understand why. Oh, actually, I do know why. Is this X speed? So that's a rough hack to because basically I've got the setup as a 25 frames a second project, but the sprites move at 50 frames a second, so I have a whole bunch of workarounds so that the the top sprite keeps keeps aligned with the bottom sprite. Yeah, admittedly, this project has a lot of hacks because Robocop being Robocop, there's lots of edge cases with how the top half and the bottom half are um, uh, how they independently move. I think there is a bug where it takes like a frame, like when you duck, it takes like a frame to catch up, but it's not too bad. I can worry about that later. But I need to make it so that when you're down, you need to be able to change directions for one thing. Actually, can you change directions in the original game? I can't remember if Robocop can change directions while ducking. No, I'm going to try. Hopefully this won't take too long. I'm going to try firing up the original game just to double check. Alright, I'm going to run it in Windows mode. For some reason the loading time on this is quite long. I think it's just incompatibility with Windows 10. It was originally designed as a 2004, like a Windows XP game. It's not taking too long to load this time. I think it's just when I load it in full screen, it seems to take like 10 minutes to load. Anyway, so this is what the original game, the original Robocop 2D by Park Productions looks like. There's, because it's a much higher resolution than what the Amiga game's going to be, I'm going to have to make a few cutbacks and compromises, but it should be perfectly workable as like an Amiga 1200 AGA game, maybe with a version for OCS Amigas. Okay, I can't remember what I fired. Oh, whoa! I just wasted a bomb there. That bomb effect would be pretty cool to would be pretty cool to implement. Oh, interesting. So if I hold down fire, it does 4 shots. And of course, I've completely forgot about the fact that that there's an arm out animation. So and also you can see it shines on his armor, the muzzle flash on his armor. So that's something I'll have to implement at some stage. But if I'm ducking, no, okay. So if I'm ducking, I can't turn around anyway. Now that's one thing. Is the I should be able to look, like if I put it to the up left direction and then take the joystick off, then it should maintain that direction. That's one thing I haven't done. And so that's one way you can aim up while you're ducking. Okay, so that cleared up some of the behaviors. So I don't need to make it so that you can turn around while you're ducking. You can only need to turn around while you're up. I'll need to do that attack animation one way or another. Actually, I'm going to have that gun flash R as the default fire direction. I'm going to change this so that if I'm going to make it if we're actually holding down Control 1 X is greater than 0. Then we set that to gun flash. Otherwise, let's do an else if Control 1 X is less than 0. I'll probably need to tweak the logic a bit more, but at least in theory it should be possible to aim upright and keep aiming upright even when you're not holding down that direction. So you should be able to face upright without actually walking. Well, point the gun upright without walking upright. Might be a bit tricky. Yeah, yeah, I thought so because there needs to be a bit of a delay, like a few frames of the same direction before it switches. In fact, no, there is something weird going on there, which is oh, okay, all right. So I think I know what the problem is. It's the it's not actually maintaining the direction. So the fire direction is one thing, the animation direction is the other. So I'm gonna have a new one called anim direction, and that is just going to be a body R, I guess. A body. Oh, a body R. Just need to set variable anim direction to a body U, a body UL, a body UR. Then that's just facing left, and that's facing right. And then I need to do a condition, which is just if the actor animation is not equals to our anim direction, then is this going to work if I go set animation to, if I just type the actual name anim direction. Yep, hopefully that will be a little better for maintaining the direction that we're facing, or the direction that the body is facing. Whoa. Okay. No, that has messed it up really badly. Really, really badly. So why? I should just. Should I just force it to that animation? I'm just a bit worried that it. Robocop caught it. Bitbeam Cannon says Robocop caught a virus, hangs out in the seedy part of town too much. Um, yeah, the second Robocop movie, there's a part where he's loaded up with hundreds of prime directives from like a focus group, and because a lot of them are contradictory, he sort of acts like has a virus. Okay, so it's getting a bit better. I think I just um, uh, I missed. Did I mess this up? Yeah. Okay. So that should be gun for flash L. That should be body R, and flip that. Welcome to the chat, Prince Phase 101. Okay, so I think we're getting there with the Robocop control. Okay, so yep, it's possible for me to look that way. It's just I probably need some sort of delay so that when I release, because like if I'm trying to aim up left, some of the times it will work, and other times it will either, depending which one. Yeah, I basically need a delay between the time it goes from diagonal down to looking to left or right, so that it's a bit easier to aim up and right and stay aiming up and right. But it's not too bad. It's probably okay just for prototype. But yeah, okay, so I'm fairly happy with how Robocop is moving around, shooting. Probably should add the projectiles next. What's the time? Okay. Now let's have a look at let's see if we can find the projectile. So, a good thing about the original Robocop 2D is none of the graphics are sort of like compressed or compiled, encrypted. I think these are Robocop's bullets. I'm not sure if it's the top ones or the bottom ones. Oh, actually, no, these look like the enemy bullets because I don't know, unless they just sort of ripped it from another Robocop game that had all these directions that aren't used. I'm just gonna have a look through to see if there's any other things it could be. So already done our fire gun. At a glance, it doesn't look like there's anything else. Yeah, it looks like these bullets are the only. Yeah, it looks like these bullets are the only ones in the game. Let's just see if I've taken a screenshot of Robocop shooting. Let's have a look. Not sure if that's Robocop shooting or Robocop being shot at. It might be being shot at. Actually, I'm going to look up a long play, just, rather than starting the game again. Just to, where are we? Yeah, I'll just watch a couple of minutes of the long play, so I can get a sense of what the bullets are supposed to look like. Okay, so it looks like both the player bullets and the enemy bullets are this yellow one. Maybe the maybe the orange ones are when you get an upgrade. Actually, it's quite cool how Robocop has like a shadow effect there. I wonder if that's something I could. Wonder if it's something I could copy. All right. So let's have a look at these bullets. How big are they? Since they're quite small anyway, I'm not even sure that it's worth scaling them down. Well, let's get rid of the backdrop. And let's put them in the and our resources folder, full scale bullets. Let's get them imported. Yeah, I won't. I'll see what it looks like with the bullets at full scale. If it looks okay at full scale, I won't bother scaling down. So how many columns we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. Okay, so 16 columns, 2 rows. Let's make a bullets folder. I don't want to resize the output. Let's add an animation for bullets. A bullet R. And we've got to find right facing bullet. I guess it's that one. Would I flip that? And if we set that as the projectile, I've actually got to create an actor for it. Let's call this player bullet. And we'll set the A bullet R, A bullet L. We need to set a move speed. I'm just going to set 6 in each direction. You can always tweak that. The bullets are fairly slow in Robocop. And let's add our projectile, player bullet. It's there, and then just keep that for now. Right. Okay, so I should go shoot projectile, and then actor type is player bullet. Hopefully it's not going to be too much of a hassle to do those diagonal and the up-facing bullets, but we'll see. Yeah, well, that's looking okay. I think. Whoa, that was weird. Yeah, 6 is too slow. Way too slow. I'm going to set 12 might be too fast, but we'll see what it looks like anyway. And I should set the class to projectile. And we'll just make sure. Yep, just so that it trashes it when it goes off screen and just gets rid of it entirely. I think that's why the bullets were coming back at me, is because they were going off screen, and then as I walked to the right, they would come back alive again and face their default direction. All right. Yeah, I think that might be a little bit too fast now. But we can. Yeah, so I think halfway between the old speed and the new speed will be 9. So I'll set that as 9. And let's add our upright. And auto flip that. Right, left, upright, up left. Oops, it should be yeah, up left, left, right, upright. I think I will need to do a bit more work to get the direction working correctly, but we'll see. Because the actor that's doing the shooting isn't the player actor; it's just the torso is a regular actor that's attached to the legs. The legs of the player actor. So there might be some hackery with the needed. Yep. So we will need some hackery to get the that. Oh, yep. And ducking works. Or shooting or duck. It's just the up left and up right. So I need to do a. Gonna need to do another condition. So I'm just gonna go if anim direction. Oh, shoot in that direction. What? Oh, okay. So yeah, we will need to set the actor's direction, and then that should fix that. So, can we? I'm gonna add a look there, or uh, wait, no. Yeah, just the problem is I can't just set the bullet to being up left because it needs to spawn from the up left direction. So I do need to set the player's looker. So that should be looker right the default. Oh no, that into that. So I need to make a note this. When we're facing up, that sets the look direction on the legs up. Base, we need to set variable, which will be our gun looker to looker up or look up. Okay, and that should be look right then. So look up, that'll be look up left, look up right, look right, and then look left. Um, um, Variable actor looker to gun looker. Okay, maybe that's going to work. I guess we'll see. Whoa. Okay, that messed things up pretty badly. Fire direction. What? Shoot a player bullet. What on earth did... Oh, it's probably... Yeah, okay, so that should be a bullet. A bullet up left. Okay, did I not... I guess I didn't line up... I didn't... Yeah, I guess I forgot to line up the bullet on that side. That's okay. Alright. Well, we're getting there. Whoa, that was... Okay. So it's getting trapped on the top of the screen because we've got a solid top. So let's get rid of that solid top. And that should mean the bullets go straight through the top and get destroyed. In fact, the bullets probably shouldn't have any kind of collision detection with walls or anything like that. In fact, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go. Let's go to our bullet and let's get rid of our wall collisions because there's nothing. There's not really any solid tiles in the game. These bullets just collide with whatever players they run into. Okay, it looks a bit weird that the upwards bullet is sideways, but yeah, it's actually looking pretty reasonable. Just really the up bullet, and then it's probably a good place to call it a night. So we need to bullet a bullet up. And that's just at first frame, and we don't need to auto flip it. Need to set the a bullet up. Yep, and then I need to make sure the alignment is right. So if we go to that, I think that should be about it. So we'll just leave that set there and we'll give that a go. Okay, yeah, I think that will do for tonight. I don't know, maybe next time I've got to add like these windows. You should be able to shoot them. There's quite a cool like glass breaking effect in the original game that I need to copy. But yeah, otherwise it's I am fairly happy with how it looks and feels. Um, all right. Well, I'll call it quits for the night. It's nearly 3 o'clock here, 3 o'clock in the morning. Thanks everyone for coming by. This sort of went a bit longer than I expected, but um, yeah, I am happy with what I managed to get done. Uh, Hopefully, we'll be streaming again in another couple of days. I'm planning to do an Elasticity stream with John Shakiris, uh, but we'll announce the time once it's a bit closer to the date. Okay, all right. I will catch you all later. Oh, actually, before I go, I usually raid a channel, and it's usually Amiga. Oh, actually, I'm going to raid Retro Hitch because Retro Hitch is live right now, so I will start the raid to Retro Hitch. And yep, I hope to catch you all later.